Kobe Bryant, can he lead the Lakers to another title in 2011? Marco, the reason I wanted to do this video is as I look at these teams, I always want to fade the Lakers. It's the whole geographic thing, so close to Vegas, they get a lot of Laker action. They're a marquee team. But man, when you have Jackson as coach, you have Kobe, who is clearly a focused winner, it's a situation where one thing's tugging you one way, one thing's tugging you the other. I also look at the other teams that are really competitive, and let's be realistic, is we're looking at Oklahoma City in the West, we're looking at the Bulls, we're looking at the Heat, we're looking at the Magic. I think not the Magic, the Celtics. I think every one of those teams are fundamentally flawed. I'm not buying into the Celtics because they won 2 games. They've had 2 impressive games seemingly in the last 3 months. And Stoudemire was at 50% is what I'm hearing now, the last, at the end of that series. I clearly don't like the Heat. Bulls, if they make a quantum leap from, hardly making the playoffs or not winning a playoff series to the championship, it would be borderline historic. That's not the way it works in the NBA. If you make the playoffs and you win one round, then you win a second round. It takes a while. Oklahoma City, same thing. So if Oklahoma City and Chicago are inexperienced, if the Celtics are fundamentally flawed, and if the Heat are way overrated, we're left with the Lakers. And so my question is specifically with Kobe, is can I, as a batter, feel confident in those Game 5s when the Lakers are going to put their full effort in, or the Game 7s, how they do it, can I be comfortable backing the Lakers?
Well, love him or hate him is Kobe Bryant. Most people are on one side. They're not in the middle. Kobe seems to be at his best when the Lakers are at adversity. Whenever people start talking bad about the Lakers and then they have a big game, against one of the other marquee teams, that's when Kobe seems to step up. A lot of people view Kobe as a prima donna. Sometimes he uses that to his advantage, like with the injuries. Everybody was talking about his ankle the last 2 games of the Hornets series. The New Orleans players questioned if he was even hurt, that he, doing it for show. But one thing, whether he was or not, when Game 5 in L.A., when he did the jam, the place went.
Did you have a Nerf ball, and did you replicate that at the house?
I would have pulled a muscle, but okay.
Did you ever tell the story?
No, I didn't.
when you hurt your knee jumping up after a touchdown?
It was on a game of the year. It was a game of the year.
Here's the thing. People were thinking, when did Marco play football? No. You were jumping off the couch when one of your teams scored. And then how long were you limping after that?
It was a good week.
I still see you dragging that leg a little bit.
Well, we're breaking down. But anyways, that dunk put the Lakers, Game 5. They went on a run after that game, and they carried it over to Game 6 and ended that series. He is, whatever you want to say, he's a showman. He gets the job done when the spotlight is the brightest.
Which, as you advance in the playoffs, it gets brighter and brighter.
It does. Kobe Bryant, he's 4th all-time in playoff scoring.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant, top 10 all-time playoff games played and playoff games won as a player.
And, unless I'm mistaken, if he wins one more title, he ties Michael.
There you go. Everybody wants to be like Mike.
He certainly does. So we always deal with this stuff from a gambling perspective, is assuming that other handicappers agree that against most of these other teams they're going to play, the Mavs, let's assume Oklahoma City, and then whoever comes out of the East, they're going to be flawed teams in some ways. The only real Lakers flaw, it would seem to me, would be, have they run out of gas? If it's Game 7, Lakers are laying 5.5 against the Celtics, are you going to be comfortable backing the Lakers? I'm not saying you would for sure, but do you think Kobe has it in him? That's what the video is about.
The question, yeah, Kobe definitely has shown that he still has it in him. Until somebody takes that ring away from him, yeah, Kobe still has it. I mean, just what you saw, he scored 24 last night, on supposedly a bad ankle, in the key Game 6. So I can't not back him, but you can't just say, do we get to that game, am I going to do it? You got to see how the teams
Oh,
get there.
agreed. But if we felt like that Kobe didn't have it in him, then you'd be looking hard to fade.
You would be looking hard to fade. Right now, who would you rather have the ball in a game-winning situation right now?
On the Lakers or in the league?
In the league. I mean, put him up there. You're not going to put Kobe in the top 3 of that list?
I think, especially with the other great player, the 2 great players in the Heat having so much trouble at the end of games this year, then the question is, where does Durant fit into that? Because he's taken a step, it would seem.
He's definitely taking that step, but till he takes that step on the biggest stage in the conference finals or in the NBA finals, you got to do it, you know. And that's, like you said, that's the one knock. Everybody talks about how great LeBron is, but LeBron hasn't been that guy in the clutch. You know, it's almost like sometimes he looks for another guy to take that shot.
And that's what it's disappointing to me. There's no team I can get excited about because I think everyone's flawed, including the Lakers, but that's why we wanted to drill into Kobe. Okay, it's your turn to continue the conversation in the comments section. And remember, you can get all of our videos at pregame.tv.